Okay, so today's video is about losing weight through food. Food is my favourite thing. Okay, it's not my third favourite thing, but I do love eating. Everybody loves eating. If somebody says to you they don't like eating, there's something wrong there. It's a normal thing to do. People think that, oh, why do I eat so much? Why can everybody else control what they eat? But in reality, everybody loves food. Everybody wants more food. It's just the way that our brains are conditioned. And that is all dependent on your environment, the people around you, what you've been brought up with. So growing up, I really struggled to say no to food. I would have 3 or 4 portions a night of dinner, and they are big portions, and I would not stop eating until I was absolutely exploding. And it wasn't until I got to probably 18 that I realised I didn't need to live like that. I didn't need to just fill up. And that's when I kind of learned about, oh, maybe I just need to eat until I'm satisfied rather than until I'm full. So this is a really short video on like my 5 top tips for losing fat through food. So my tip number 1 is portion sizing. Portion control is going to be the best and easiest thing to do to start off with. Start by eating out of a bowl and just minimize the amount of food that's on your plate. Easy as that. Step number 2 is fill your plate with colours. We eat a lot of beige foods, and those beige foods are quite starchy. And if you're eating a lot of those starchy foods, then they're storing energy and you're not using them up. That is converted into fat and excess energy, and then you just get bigger and heavier because you're not using that energy up. So make your plate colourful, green, dark green foods, carrots, beetroot, lots of nice colours on your plate. Number 3 is drink water. We can often mistake our hunger for thirst, so drinking water is super important when it comes to living well. It also helps with your your functioning, your gut health, and also your metabolism. Water is so important. Okay, my tip number 4 is stay away from sugary treats. Now, processed sugars, things like biscuits, cakes, chocolate, sweets, they are your little demons. They are going to sabotage you. And the best way to do that is just don't buy them in the shops. If you see it and you want it, don't buy it, okay? If you have kids, I know how difficult it is because kids love treats and it's a good way of shutting them up. So maybe have a kids cupboard and get them things that you don't particularly like, okay? And my tip number 5 is if you like to eat a lot of food, then spread your meals out along the day. Eat more often, but littler. So that kind of comes into the 5 meals a day rather than 3 set meals a day. That's something that I do. I'll eat a little snack in the morning, and then I'll have another snack, and then I'll have a small lunch, and then I'll have another snack, and then I'll have my dinner. And with my lunch and my dinner, they're not big portions at all. I'm just topping up my hunger to keep me going for the rest of the day and over through the night. Okay, so they are my top 5 really simple ways of losing fat through food, and if you stick to them, you will see results. I would also like to point out that I'm not a nutritionist or a dietitian, and this is just things that I've found work for me and work for a lot of my clients. So I have studied nutrition at university, so I do have basic knowledge, but I wouldn't want to take that away from the people that have really studied it and know their stuff. I was going to say the bad word then, but I'm not. So go and research what works for you, but they are just great tips for fat loss in general, as an addition to exercise, okay? So stick to that, see how it goes. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know, and remember to subscribe.